Hello everyone, and welcome to Schalke, beating Bayern. So, no fancy intro or anything, just me standing there in a suit, looking majestic. Just what you'd expect. For some reason, our goalkeeper kit doesn't have a sponsor. I don't know why that is, it doesn't change anything. But never mind, look at those plugs, they're tremendous plugs. Talking of plugs, no, we won't go into that just yet. Shall we get started? So we haven't really done an awful lot in this save so far. In fact, we're not even going to have a live commentary in today's episode. Today is more about covering the squad and what we've got available to us. So this is me, and I'm Julian. Why the hate? Why the hate? I mean, we're kindred spirits. Only played a few friendlies, not exactly been ideal, and one of which was a very narrow victory against our second team. So things are going really well, as per usual. Tremendous. Should we go through some of the players? I've picked out a couple of key ones. So, Ralph Fairman. I've been told it's Fairman, so he's going to be our starting goalkeeper. Makes sense because he's probably our highest rated. Although Alexander Nubel, who is his understudy, is actually not too bad either, and he's got very high potential, and he'll be playing quite a lot, I hope. Hot prospect. Lovely stuff. Then at centre-half, we have the ageing Naldo, now 35 years old, still 6'6". I mean, why is he going to shrink? He's not that old. He's also paired with Matija Nastasic. Look at that pronunciation, marvellous. He's a bit more athletic in terms of his mobility. Pretty well-rounded, apart from his heading's a bit of a concern, but his mental attributes should hopefully paper over those cracks. For some reason, that's why. That makes learning. Why are they still there? Why are some of them still... I don't know what I've done. There are some players here that shouldn't be here. Let's put it that way. Sasha Reether. Why are you you're listed? Get out of my club. He's 35. Do you remember him? Used to play for Fulham? Yeah. Doesn't play for Fulham anymore. He plays for Schalke, apparently. Not for much longer, hopefully. So, Sebastian Rudy is probably one of our key players. Highest... current ability, I think. I haven't sorted out my squad for you. I've done nothing. I'm useless. He was signed from Bayern, not by me, but by my predecessor. I've got to remember his name. I can't remember his name. What's his name? Domenico Tedesco. There we go. I thought I'd remember it. I didn't. One observation I have made is that Schalke have a pretty, considering they finished second in the Bundesliga last season, they're pretty bloody awful. A key component to this tactic is going to be the wing-backs, and Baba Rahman is pretty damn good actually. He's rapid, he can cross a ball, he can actually tackle and occasionally mark. Good work rate, teamwork's a bit woeful. I'm not too fussed about off the ball for a wing-back, even if they're going to be attacking a lot. Good anticipation, decisions. That's a stickler for me. And also, I've noticed in the friendlies that his passing is pretty woeful. Although he's got 81% pass completion, so that's completely contradicted what I was saying. Thank you, Baba. Tim Sherwood liked him. He's pretty good, fairly well rounded. I'm training him as a more advanced midfielder as well, because we don't really have a lot of options to play in the hole. We don't have a lot of money, so I'm trying to make use of what we have, even though he's probably the most versatile midfielder that we have. Weston McKennie. Now, I've seen him turn into something quite special in Football Manager 2018. It'll be interesting to see how he turns out this year. At only 19 years of age, he's got a decent amount of potential if he plays. He's a solid defensive ball-winning midfielder. Cagliari, or Giuri, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Again, it sounds very Italian. He's fully German. I don't know what's going on. Mark Uth, who I think that's how we pronounce that. There's no umlauts or anything getting involved. A free signing from Hoffenheim by my predecessor. The likes to lob keeper. Concerning player trait for me. I love places shots. That was really efficient in last year's game, so hopefully that continues this year. Technically, he's okay, not especially great. We do have a real big problem with decision making in the team entirely, really. We've got a lot of players who seem to lose their heads but are hard working, so hopefully we'll be able to get the best out of them. Off the ball, good work rate, just generally good attributes for a striker. I'm hoping he can get us some goals. He's fairly well rated, and on free signing, although 6.4 average rating for his first two outings in the friendlies is not ideal. So, Mr. Esset, no, can't say that. Why is he even here? I have no idea. So this is probably one of the most important players, at least for both now and the future, is Amin Harit. who is one of the more creative players that we've got. I'm trying to build the team around him. I think that's how Tedesco's gone about it in real life, and that's what I intend to do now. Technically, he's absolutely sublime. His only thing that sort of is lacking in is his passing, I guess. He's got plenty of flair, great vision, decent composure. I mean, the only thing that lets him down a bit is his anticipation, but good decisions. So he's probably one of the only players that has decisions above 12 in the entire squad, which is bonkers. Got a fairly decent amount of pace. He might be a bit susceptible to some bone-crunching tackles from defensive midfielders. He's a bit on the weak side, but hopefully he can use his agility to bypass that. Franco De Santo, why? And my favourite, what a name. What a name. I'm too sexy for too shirt. Yes. That's it. That's it. That's all I've got. This is the sort of tactic we're going for. So either sort of a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 of sorts. 3 at the back with 2 wing backs that may get moved up into the midfield strata, possibly. The 2 holders, I guess, although the ball-winning midfielder will provide a bit more support in attack and will close down a bit more heavily. And you could argue, if I was trying to replicate Tedesco's tactics, it doesn't really... That role doesn't really fit in with that, because Tedesco plays with having 2 sitting in the middle and holding and sort of helping out the defence to allow the wing backs to push on and create the width required. And then another sort of variation. This is kind of how set up how Schalke had played when they had Max Meyer, who subsequently moved on to Crystal Palace, who acted as a fulcrum at the base of a sort of a box midfield. One thing I have borrowed from Tedesco is the counter-attacking sort of philosophy of he would very much wait on for the opposition to attack and defend quite deep, actually, a very low block, and then sort of exploit the space they leave in behind once their attack breaks down. His tactical approach kind of altered, where they'd be more inclined to press a bit more themselves rather than waiting and sitting so deep. So the ball-winning midfielder would actually fit this particular variant of his tactics quite well. But again, we'll see how things go moving forward. Financially, things are all right, although we don't have an enormous amount of money to spend. We've got about £9 million in the transfer budget. Not an enormous amount left in the wage budget, though. So whether we can bring anyone in or not, I don't know. Haven't really looked at transfers. I'm trying to do the best with what we've got. Unless they improve the side exponentially, or there's a beautiful wonder kid loitering around somewhere, I don't think we'll be spending too much. If you've got any suggestions for who we could perhaps sign with the limited transfer budget we have, then by all means let me know in the comments. Don't forget, if you wish to catch this save live, I will be live on Twitch at 2 PM till 4 PM every weekday. It's Monday to Friday, and the video will follow the following day with hopefully some exclusive live commentaries. As I said, this one was just an introduction, but anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much. If you want to drop a like, please do. Also consider clicking the subscription and notification buttons that are floating around somewhere, and check out some of my other videos as well. Why not? Do the whole shebang. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'll see you very soon. I'm not sure how I say bye. Goodbye. Ta-ta. See ya. Adios. No. What's I don't know how to say bye in German. That's a problem.